Hey, book besties. Welcome to More Than a Book Club podcast. I'm your host, Leyna.
And I'm your other host, LJ.
And we thought it would be fun to do a Would You Rather today. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's all about Would You Rathers from book series that we love or books that we've read together as part of our book club. So this is fun with AI.
Yep.
So they helped us create these questions. So if some of them don't sound like us, it's not.
It's not. No, but before that, do you have any updates literary lately?
I do. So I finished the Culpability book, which
Okay.
it was really good. It's all about AI, speaking of AI, and the ending I thought was really well done. I did figure out one of the twists. I figured that out kind of early on, and then one of the other twists I figured out as well. So it's not too much of I guess it is a thriller, but some of it was a little bit predictable.
Okay.
I guess. Parts of it. Or I guess
Parts of it,
I could guess it anyway.
Okay, so displacements or culpability, which one did you like better?
I think I liked Culpability better.
Okay.
Displacements was told from multiple points of view, I believe.
I don't know. I just remember. Okay.
I remember the brother.
You want to know what's funny? I think I confused the ending of that with the ending of, what was it, The Four Winds? I think
I'm like, I don't.
the one about the Kristen Hanna one. You might not have read it.
Oh,
It's
I haven't
the
read
long
that
one.
one. Yeah.
No, but like I think I read them around the same time.
And don't you hate
they're
that whenever you get
completely
them? They're totally different books, but you're like, wait, was that in this?
Like different genres entirely, but there's like an element that I'm like, wait, which one?
But I'm assuming Four Winds also deals with the weather because it takes place during the Dust Bowl, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe that's what I'm confusing.
And the
It's completely
displacements,
different weathers.
It's like, I think we talked about it last time. It's a near future dystopian, and Culpability was from a hurricane. Yeah,
from a hurricane.
And it's like what happens to these families they're in Florida and a hurricane comes and they get displaced to kind of like a camp basically for people who's like a FEMA camp, but almost like a Red Cross. I don't know. It was very good. Very good book. Made you think. And then I think that his other book, this one that I read, Culpability, was also really good. So both of them worthy of a good read. They're both books that make you think. So that's always nice. And then I read Home is Where the Bodies Are, which that was my first Geneva Lee, and I thought it was pretty good. I was kind of surprised because I feel like you and Emily have talked about you love Geneva Rose.
Yeah, Geneva Rose. Yeah, completely different author.
I was like, wait, Geneva Lee is the Filthy Rich Fae and Filthy Rich Vampire author who we interviewed.
All right, so Geneva Rose, spelled differently than Geneva Lee.
Totally different.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
You and Emily talk about her and her husband are so funny on Instagram and probably TikTok, but I don't do the TikTok. But I followed her on Instagram, and now that y'all have talked about her and how fun she was, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to read one of her books now because she is funny. She's really funny. But y'all had talked about how her books weren't quite as good as her humor and how you could see her writing a different genre. And so I went into this with very low expectations, and I actually liked it. So I don't know if it was the very low expectations that helped me like it, or if it was just
of her books. I think it's the best of her books that I've read.
So I chose a good one.
You did, but I think I've only read 3 of her books. So, and that's to say, like, I want to be clear to anyone listening. I love her, and I will probably keep reading her just because I love her. And even though I may not appreciate her books, unlike Scott, if y'all have been following her, you know she was Scott's pen pal who would tell her to quit literature. Anyway, and so anyway, I'm like, I don't think she should quit. I think she's awesome that she's getting so many people to read. And just because her books aren't my favorite doesn't mean I don't love and support her. And I will probably keep reading her because I do want to support her. I want her to be able to keep doing these things. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I know she had one that she apparently re-released this summer that is a different genre. And I think she has another one coming out this fall that also is a different genre. And so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. And then
So,
I'm
yeah.
currently reading Beach Club Bloodshed
Yes, me too.
by Chris Wellert, our friend.
Yes, I'm reading it too.
So I just
How
started
far
that last
in?
night. I'm only like 3% in.
Okay.
I finished the other book last night, Culpability, and then I was like, I want to start this one
Hmm.
because I was like, I needed something lighthearted.
Yes,
And
after that.
that definitely fits the bill. I'm also reading Home of the American Circus by Allison Larkin, which is
Okay.
also a little bit down in the dumps,
Oh
depressing.
gosh.
Not
Oh
depressing,
goodness.
but just kind of like heavier material. And
More
I'm like,
serious, more serious.
yes. I was like, I really just need something that's going to be funny and lighthearted. And so I was like, I'm going to read Chris's book now. And so far, so
Idea.
good.
It is so good. It's so cute. I'm loving it. Like, I'm loving it. So
Yes.
we'll definitely give our raving reviews when we finish. Yeah. That's for me, I'm reading that. I still have a couple chapters left in Crucial Confrontations that I realized. I was like, oh yeah, you haven't finished that yet. And then that's all that I've read. I've been really tired this week. I mean, it's the second week of school.
And
So
it's your birthday. Yesterday was your
and it was my
birthday.
birthday. That's right.
So
Yesterday was
happy
my birthday
birthday,
at the time of
LJ.
recording. Thank you. And so, yeah, so between all that stuff, I am still catching up on my brain, I guess. My brain is trying to catch up. And so I've been tired. But I have been watching since we've done a true crime episode. I have been watching documentaries and docuseries, which if you aren't watching, I think HBO Max has one more episode of the yogurt shop murders to come out this week. So I think it's a 4-part thing and 3 episodes are out. And then I found on Paramount Plus, like it came up as like popular documentaries or something. And there's a bunch of short ones,
Mm,
kind of like the Netflix ones that are like
okay.
45 minutes. And they're not all true crime. They're just, so I watched one about Pocahontas last night and it was very interesting.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it like talked, which I knew her story had been
That
romanticized. I mean,
yeah.
obviously, she's a Disney
It's not the
princess.
Disney version.
No, and so it was very interesting how they really walked through because like when John Smith was in the New World, Pocahontas was like 9 or 10. So there was no
Mm,
romance there. And
no.
probably she didn't save his life or anything. Like, and if you they look when they looked at like his journals and stuff, he never said anything about her. It was like later that she got brought in, but then she did marry John Rolfe after she was kidnapped by the English. There's a whole stuff between the tribe and the English before we know now that, you know, unfortunately or whatever, the English won. But at that time, she married him, and then we know she went to England, and then she
Did she
died.
marry John Rolfe or John Smith?
John Rolfe. But while
Rolfe.
she was in England, she did see John Smith again,
Hmm.
and he tried to like take advantage of his connection with her and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, and then she sadly died. She got really sick and died when they were about to leave to head back to the New World, which is very tragic. But it was just interesting just to see, like, it really broke down the parts that were like, was there even a romance with her husband? Well,
Right.
possibly, but she also was a prisoner. She was treated very well, but it's like, and she was a woman and she was, an American Indian. So like her rights weren't exactly the best. So
Right.
it's interesting. But I like stuff like that where it kind of gives you, because we do romanticize stuff like that.
Hmm.
But apparently she does have like a bajillion descendants. So
Oh,
there's a good
that's
chance
interesting.
if you think you were descended from her, you might be.
I've
So
been
yeah.
watching, I think you had talked about the Netflix, The Biggest Loser.
Yes. Oh, I watched
So
that too. Yes.
I've watched 2 episodes of it so far.
Hmm.
And you had talked about, is it Tracy, the contestant? Because I remember watching the
Yes.
show. Like I used to watch it all the time
Yeah.
when it came out. I think I watched it for 5 or 6 years, 7 years, something like that. But when Tracy was on there, she was the one that, like, the first day ended up in the hospital. And
Yeah.
the whole time I was like, ugh, Tracy, can't stand her. And
Right.
now I'm
Right.
like, okay, they made her out to be a horrible person, but
And it wasn't true.
it wasn't true. Like, I felt so bad for her after watching, and I'm like,
Me
okay, this
too.
was a television show. This was
Yeah.
like that they're trying to get people pitted against other people. Like,
Hmm.
that's what it is.
Oh, and
But
the other girl, who's the other one that shares a lot?
starts
I
with an
can't remember.
L.
I can't remember her
I
name.
can't
I
remember.
remember her being on too, and I was like, I was so annoyed with her.
Hmm.
And then watching all this and just seeing all the things, there were so many things that weren't showed. But what's interesting, I saw yesterday, Jillian Michaels is
Hmm.
clapping back.
She's mad, which
She is very mad.
I remember going to see her because I think we both went and saw her, but we didn't
We did
know
before
each
we
other,
yeah.
know each other yet. But we saw her at SMU, and
Hmm.
I remember like she's going to be so motivating. And now I look back and I'm like, man, she was mean, and the way that she went about encouraging people. I'm using encouraging here in air
Hmm.
quotes, but she just was not someone that would set you up for success. I don't think. I think even then I liked Bob Harper
Oh, I
better.
did. I liked his style better, but I found Jillian Michaels through her workouts from like a
Hmm.
babycenter.com mom's board, people trying to lose weight on it like after we had our babies. So it's like March or April of 2010, and we'd all had our babies in like July, August of
I wonder if Baby
two.
Center still has their message boards because I was
I
on there
don't
all the
know.
time and checking all the
Yes.
people's posts and what's happening with your
Yes.
baby. And oh man,
Yes.
that
And
used to
then,
be like the way to do
that's
it.
it was. And so all these people were doing like the 30-day shred. So I got that. So that's how I first was introduced to her. And then it's like,
Hmm.
wait, she's that girl from The Biggest Loser. And so I started watching it. So out of loyalty, I love Jillian Michaels, but I agree. If she were my coach, like I would need someone like Bob Harper. I need someone not yelling in my face to tell me
Hmm.
to keep going. I need someone to be like, come on, you can do it. Like I need a cheerleader, not
A
someone
drill
yelling at
sergeant.
me.
Yeah.
Right. But I do still love her. I own so many of her workouts. And I will say, like, her workouts are good, but yeah, she's a little scary. But she's mad now. She is very mad. She's like, them claiming that they didn't know things. Here's the
Here's the
evidence.
receipts. Yeah.
Here are the receipts. And it's like, anyway.
It'll be
But yeah.
interesting what comes out of all of that. But she also, I heard that she declined to be in the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Like she
She
didn't
did.
want to answer any questions about it.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how all that shakes out.
I know. I know. I feel like we're going to get to hear some more. But yeah, I was very fascinated because I watched that show. I believe Lena and I were talking about this the other day. And I was like, yeah, maybe I didn't tell you. I think I told you. Like, I would be eating Taco Bueno
Oh,
watching it.
yes. Because I would eat ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like the total opposite of,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. And by the way, I was the thinnest I've been in my
ever been.
life. And I'm like, because I did work out all the time. I was doing Jillian Michaels workouts 5 to 7 days a week.
Oh my gosh.
But then when I watched The Biggest Loser, I would sit there eating my Taco Bueno.
I still do
It
that.
was
There's that
delicious.
show, the My 600-Pound Life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch that sometimes. And I don't know why, but that just automatically makes me want to eat. I'm like, what is it about shows
It's
like
like
that?
it's like it's supposed to make us not want to.
Yes,
But no, it
but
makes
it
me,
does.
I would sit there eating. And now I want Taco Bueno.
I've
No.
never been like, I just have never eaten a lot of Taco Bueno. I don't think it was around whenever I was growing up.
Well, now
Taco
it's
Bell,
so
though,
expensive. Oh,
I
I know.
can
I
eat
love Taco
me some
Bell.
Taco Bell. That used to
I
be
could
like
do that.
my favorite place whenever we would come back from Germany, from overseas to visit our other
Mm-hmm.
parent. I was like, I have to go get Taco Bell. That was my first
Yeah.
stop.
Yep. No, I love Taco Bell too. Taco Bueno is so expensive now.
Is it?
Like, yeah, like even their value menu is expensive. Like it used to be so much cheaper, and so we would get all the time because it was good. It was competitive prices to Taco Bell, and now it's like not. It's like
Well, Taco Bell's not super cheap either. Like I feel like
no.
the whole fast food industry has just
Hmm.
exploded with the
Well, see, I
pricing.
have my way of getting
The
a
app.
lot of food for cheap. Yes, ordering Taco Bell the deluxe box for $7, you get like you get to pick from a few things, but I get the Crunch Wrap Supreme. You can then get like a 7-layer burrito, and then you have a side, and I always get the cinnamon sticks plus a medium drink, and all of that is $7.
It's a lot of
So I'm
food.
like, I cannot, like, that's so much food. Like, I'm full if I get all that. Like, I don't usually get the burrito because I'm like, it's too much food. I'll get like something like a taco or something.
Hmm.
But oh
I
my
was
gosh.
telling
And I'm,
Danny about
yeah.
it because now that he's driving, he's going to more fast food places and hanging out with his friends. And I was like, dude, you got to get the apps for some of these because going to McDonald's, sometimes they'll do like 50% off. if
I
you order in
know.
the app. I'm like, it's so
Oh,
much
yeah.
cheaper. Not that I want to
So much
encourage him to
cheaper.
eat a whole lot of
No, but if
eating
you're
out, but
gonna
I'm like,
do
if
it,
you're going to do it, you might as well save the money.
percent. I should see if Taco Bueno has an app. I bet they do, but I bet it's not good deals. Oh, you know what else is a good one? Panda Express. They will have
Hmm,
good deals too,
did not know that.
just so you know. I haven't done that one in a while, but
We have a Panda Express right next to our house too. So, but my husband doesn't like it, so
uh,
we don't eat there very
you don't
much.
get it.
Yeah. So sad.
So sad. Okay, I don't. If there is an app, I don't have it, but I'm gonna look online anyway.
We'll see.
I'll
Anyway, you
see.
can save money. That's
Anyway, for real,
it's that time of year.
it is that
We've
time
been
of year.
talking about how August is just the worst for budgets because you
It
have all the
is.
back to school stuff, all the student fees, everything kind of comes due at once. And I know it's coming. I prep for it. I put money aside in different buckets, and it's still every year. I hate to see the bank account get lower. Like, even if I've already budgeted for it, I don't want the money to go away. I want the money to just stay there.
No, I had to transfer money from savings yesterday because my bank account was down to $34 and payday's Monday.
Hey.
So I was like, I'm going to need money, like to get gas,
Yep.
you know,
To get to work.
to get to work.
Those
So
little things.
those little things. But after this paycheck, my paycheck should be, I
Your
mean,
new paycheck.
noticeably
Yeah.
higher because it'll be well, it won't because it's split in half. That's going to be a new situation. That's going to be scary. I'll figure it out. But right now all my bills have to go. We get paid once. So, but it's my last check from my old district
Aw.
or deposit, not a check, but you know. Anyway. All right. We ready?
Let's do some Would You Rather. Do you want to go first or do
Okay.
you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So the first group that we're going to do are Would You Rathers from books that we've read as part of our book club from this year. So if you've read along or listened to the podcast, then you might be asking yourself these same questions.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Would you rather return to the turbulent highlands to rewrite history, a la Outlander, or linger in modern courts of wit and manners as you orchestrate and meddle in romantic pairings as an Emma?
Oh, I would totally pick Emma. There is no contest for me.
See, I would rewrite history. Let's go try to fix this.
No, because that was too stressful of a book for me. No. Barber
Well,
out.
I wouldn't want to relive all of the things. I would try to change things so that stuff wouldn't happen. But the whole plot of Emma and meddling in everybody's business and everybody, like, that is an introvert's nightmare.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm an extrovert, so I'm like, let's go. Let me make people. I would have so much fun.
No,
And
I would be what was the lady who talked just nonstop about everything?
oh my gosh, if you hadn't asked me, I would know. I can't think of her name right now. It's like I can picture her. It's like on the tip of my tongue from the
Yes.
movie. I can't think of it, but yes.
But yes,
No.
that would be me. That would be me. I would be just like bluthering, yeah,
See,
blindly.
here's the thing. I think I would do a better job than Emma because I feel like even from like the beginning, like you can tell that Mr. Elton thinks too highly of himself.
Mhm.
So I think I would have picked someone else for her anyway. I would not. So I think I would do a better job.
I can
But of
see
course,
that.
I'm not there. I'm not there. So I guess I can't
From,
prove it.
you know, 50 feet away, you would do a better job being able to
Right?
look at it from out here.
Yes. I would be. Oh my gosh. I would be so meddlesome. I would want to be all up in everyone's business while wearing cool dresses.
And that just makes me think they're not cool. They're going to be form-fitting. I mean, the Highlands, you're talking about Outlander, that's not comfortable clothing either, I doubt, but it was.
Who knows? But thankfully, we don't get to find out. Because
All
really,
right.
I don't want to go back in time. But anyway, okay.
I don't want to do either of them, right? I like my modern conveniences. I like
Me
toilets
too.
and toilet paper. I remember in the
Ooh,
Outlander, they talked about that where she didn't have toilet paper. It was like leaves and stuff. And I'm like, nope, would not do well with that.
no. Nope. Nope. All right, let's see here. Would you rather become the star of a steamy, sizzling romance filled with playful tension, like dream girl drama? Oh, you're not picking that one. Or be part of a circle of friends defined by deep loyalty and modern friendship struggles in My Friends?
That one's so easy for me because I would
Yeah.
100% choose to be part of a deeply loyal friend group rather than a weird, steamy sibling romance. They weren't siblings, they were
No.
step siblings, but still, just no. And I didn't
Okay,
like the characters in Dream Girl
I
drama.
know. So I would actually pick dream girl drama because it's
You want
less
the spice?
sad. It's less sad. It's less sad than My Friends. I'm like thinking of all their lives and like, yes, it is a delightful story, but I don't want to be any of the characters in
Well,
the
you don't
story.
have to have exactly the same story. You could have
Okay.
similar, like you could have the deep loyalty, the friendship,
I
but
mean, I feel like I already have that in real life. So,
exactly.
okay, well, I'm
Well, I guess
picturing the.
if I'm going to say that, then I have to also say it wouldn't have to be a steamy, sizzling romance,
Oh, yeah, no, I
just
don't need
like
to
in
see.
Dream Girl drama, because
Oh,
I
no,
didn't
I
like
don't.
those characters.
No.
I mean,
I like playful tension, but I wouldn't call what they
yeah,
had playful tension in Dream Girl drama. That was
no, it was
in
just
the
weird.
what was the Fangirl Down? That one had
Yes,
good playful tension.
I would agree with
So,
that.
yeah, no, I don't know. That's
All
too tough
right.
of a decision.
Would you rather wake up in an era where deception and survival are life and death, sunrise on the reaping, or navigate modern day emotional trials and microdrama with your friend group, my friends?
Oh gosh. Okay.
So
This is
we're
kind of
back to my friends. Do you want the microdrama or do you want life and
emo
death? Both of them are kind of life and death.
I don't want either of these because I don't like emotional trials and micro drama. I do not like to have drama in my friend group. And yeah, I'm kind of glad, even though I'm not glad, that I have been the one to cause the most drama in our friend group because, like, I've never like been upset with y'all, you know?
Mhm.
Like, it's kind of a nice place to be. Okay. But see, I think I would have to go with that because being in the Hunger Games
I would
era
not want to be in the
scares.
Hunger Games.
No, that scares me to death. Like, that scares me to death. So, no,
Mhm.
I would have to pick my friends. Like, there's no competition there.
I'm the same way. I would choose my friends.
Yeah.
There's a couple of questions about Sunrise on the Reaping that I had seen, like would you rather this or that? And I'm like, I would rather
Hmm.
nothing to do with the Hunger Games.
Right? Like, I just don't
Yeah.
think I can do that. No,
I
no.
wouldn't want to be, even if I wasn't in the Hunger Games and just part of the district. I don't know if I would want to be part of that world.
Yeah, no, no. All right. Would you rather fight oppression in a dystopian arena? And it says Sunrise on the Reaping, but like, we can
Say
expand. Like, would
Hunger
you rather
Games.
Hunger Games type thing or join a tight knit, nosy book club that unearths secrets and hearts in a cozy small town setting? The Busybody Book Club. I already know what you're going to pick,
I
but
like
go
in
ahead and say
parentheses
it.
that says rebellion versus gentle
Gentle
revelation.
Revelation.
I would
Yes.
choose gentle revelation. I think that having the Busybody Book Club real life, I mean, yes, she did have her fiance and her like did not see eye to eye. Yes,
Yeah.
someone was trying to frame her for stealing money
Yeah.
and
Like all
they
these
thought that
things.
someone was a murderer. Like there was all these things, but I still think that they had a close-knit group of friends that had a bond afterwards. I
Well,
mean,
and it doesn't say that you would have to be her in the story.
true, true.
But yeah, I would choose that as well because I mean, who didn't want to be Harriet the Spy? And no, I'm not talking Harriet the Spy, the movie. I actually never saw the movie. Maybe it was cute. I don't know. But I read the book. My mom made me read the book as a kid. It's one of those ones, those classics that she made me read. And I love true crime. So I
Mhm.
kind of love this. I have to be in the true crime group. I want to be like Miss Marple,
Mhm.
you know, which I want to do a spinoff of this question, speaking of which, because
Okay.
you've read a lot of Agatha Christie too. Would you rather be in a Miss Marple mystery or a Hercule Poirot mystery?
Probably Miss Marple. I
Hmm.
feel like Hercule Poirot, the ones that I've read, it seems like no one else has any of the information and he just knows it all. And
Mm-hmm.
Miss Marple, I guess she does kind of know it all, but she's nicer. I
Yeah.
like her better. And she's clever, but you get to have tea.
No, that's true. I think, like, thinking if I had to work with one of them, I would rather
Mhm.
work with Miss Marple. I like her style. And yeah, I feel like she does figure it all out, but I don't feel like she's arrogant about it at all, whereas Hercule Poirot is arrogant. And I feel like you can't work with him without it being clear that he's the smartest person in every room that he
Yes.
enters.
And that would be
And
super annoying.
it would drive me crazy, especially when he's like, "Oh, yes," and he's, like, figured something out, and, like, we read the same scene, and we have no idea what he's talking about.
On that same note, a little bit different, would
Uh-huh,
you rather have Hercule Poirot? Would you rather
uh-huh.
work with him or not Shakespeare? Or would you rather work with Sherlock Holmes? Because I feel like both of them are always the smartest person in the room.
Okay, so I've never read any Sherlock Holmes, so I think I'd have to pick Hercule Poirot, and that is mostly out of loyalty to Agatha Christie.
I think I would also choose Hercule Poirot because I have not read the books, but I've seen the TV shows, I've seen the movies. And Sherlock Holmes always has some sort of addiction issues
Really?
in the shows he does,
Hmm.
or it's hinted at.
Okay, this makes sense because what did Emily and I read? There was, like, a book. Something Holmes. It was I have to Google this, like, right now. Okay, like, Sherlock Holmes, and it's not the Enola Holmes thing or
Okay.
whatever. Daughter books. Okay, what was it? I gotta find it. Nope, not finding it. And it was like I read it a few years ago with Emily, but the ones that we read, she had addiction issues, and so that makes sense.
I do like the
What was
Enola Holmes TV show, though.
Oh my gosh, I watched the first one, I was so happy. Is Henry Cavill more in the second one?
I believe so, yes, if I
I need to
remember
watch
right.
it then, even though he has doesn't he have, like, kind of a creepy mustache?
I don't remember him having a creepy mustache.
Okay, maybe not. Okay, come on,
Maybe.
search. I'm gonna look at my list of books from, like, 2020. It was either 2020 or 2021, I feel like.
Was it The
Let me
Daughter of
see.
Sherlock Holmes mystery
No,
series?
I saw that, but it was like wait, it's like a something in something. My gosh. A something in something.
I see this A Scandalous Affair, The Art of Deception.
Sherlock Holmes. I think this is right. I'm gonna find it. No, it's not coming up. Oh my gosh. What was it called? My gosh. I can't. My gosh, this is gonna drive. I'm like scrolling through books from 2022 when I read 200 and
Oh,
something
yeah. I'm sure
kind of.
that'll quickly pop up for you.
Oh no, this is not. No, where's the list? Did I not make a list in here too? Books I read in 2022. Okay, let's. I think it might have been 2021. What was it called? I'm scrolling through and I read so many Colleen Hoovers that year.
Which you were talking
Oh,
about authors like
yeah.
Geneva Rose that, get
Mhm.
people into reading. And I'm like, Colleen Hoover was that for me. I was not a big Colleen Hoover fan, but I'm all for people reading books. And if
Yes.
that's what got you reading a book, then more power to
It's
you.
like a something something. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy. I guess let's move on.
Let's move on. And let's do one from Would You Rather Romantasy Edition. And so
Ooh.
I included in this ACOTAR, Zodiac Academy, Fourth Wing, and Crescent City. And I will say ahead of time that I don't like ACOTAR. I've only read the first
Okay.
3, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Would you rather have Rhysand whisper, darling, in your ear during a battle, or hear Zayden Ryerson call you violence with that signature smirk?
Oh, you know what I'm gonna pick. There is no competition.
Do you know which one I'm
Recent.
going to pick?
You're gonna pick Zayden. Like, yes, I
Zayden.
know. I know. I know. No,
Apparently, whenever we were talking about our one-star reviews of our 5-star books, everybody was calling out Zayden for wearing skinny jeans. And I'm like, what's wrong with the guy wearing skinny jeans?
that
I will
part
defend
doesn't
him.
bother me. That part doesn't bother me, but
Rhysand,
Okay.
like he's good and all. He's better than Tamlin. Like Tamlin, no way.
Oh my gosh,
That would be
Rhysand
no.
replaced Edward Cullen. It was Edward Cullen forever until I met Rhysand, and now it's Rhysand forever. And whatever the guy's name from the deal. See, I don't even remember his name. Okay. You wanna know what's funny though? This whole like Rhysand saying darling. I'm like, is it wrong that because I've read the book so many times that I want him to say like Farah darling to me, even though I'm not Farah? Like that doesn't make sense. But it's from the book, so I'm kind of like,
You want the full experience.
I want the full experience. Okay. It's my turn to ask you. Okay. Would you rather party all night in Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood with Bryce and Hunt, or rule as a Fey elite at Zodiac Academy with Tori and Darcy Vega?
I'm gonna say this is hard. This is a hard one. I'm gonna say Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood.
Okay. So
mainly because in Zodiac Academy, they're kind of bullies, some of the other people.
Okay, so here, when I was reading this, I was thinking it was going to ask partying with them, and it didn't. So I want to like if I'm picking between these two, I think I also would probably pick Party All Night in Crescent City's House of Earth and Blood. But if we're talking about, do I want to party with those characters or do I want to party with Zodiac Academy out and about? I'm picking Zodiac Academy.
If it was just Tori and Darcy, yes.
Oh, I want the boys too.
But they can be so mean.
I know. I need to find out did you finish book 4?
I did finish book 4.
See, you didn't mention that either in the literary lately.
I did finish book 4 and I got book 5 on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm hoping at some point to start that.
Yeah, I need to I'll need you to remind me what happens at the end of 4 because I don't remember. But you don't do it now because, but anyway.
Spoilers.
Okay. Yeah, spoilers. We and I still haven't I put down 4. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go through the trauma of these books after all at this time.
Because you've read them already, right?
I only read through 5 because Emily was like that I wouldn't be able to handle the cliffhanger at the end of book 6 without not book 6. Well, she said, okay, at the time, not all of them out, where they had ended at that point, the cliffhanger. And she said, of all the cliffhangers, you will be able to deal with 5 more than any of the ones remaining that are out.
Okay.
But now they're all out, so I could do it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick it back up. Who knows? All right, your turn.
All right. Would you rather be paired with Andarna, baby dragon with sass, or be gifted starborn magic like Bryce Quinlan?
I think I would choose the starborn magic because, I mean, as much as like it would be fun to ride a dragon, I want that cool power. I want the power.
So remind me what the starborn magic, do you remember?
No. But there's magic.
I couldn't remember either. So I was like, I don't know, maybe, but I feel like I would want that. I think having a dragon with sass would be fun, but I would feel way too much like I needed to protect her. And that would take away, because she can, as far as we know so far, right? She can only use her magic for a little while and then she gets really depleted. And so the starborn magic, if I remember right, it was, gosh, see, and this is why I need to reread Crescent City. I feel like that was her magic. Was it part of the sword? Was there a sword?
Yes, there was a sword, but I don't remember.
I think we need to reread these because clearly we haven't. And I'm not a rereader, but I'm like, I enjoyed it, and I want to read about the mail system that uses otters because that was super cute.
I know that was super cute, but I need you to read Throne of Glass because Emily and I are both convinced that, okay, obviously I do think you like urban fantasy better than like the classical fantasy, but I think you will be really satisfied with whatchamacallit.
I was reading somewhere on Reddit or something where it was talking about Throne of Glass series. It drops you into the world like in the middle of things, and starting with the second book instead of the first book, they were talking about reading order.
Okay, here's what this is talking about. There is a book of novellas that happen before the series.
Okay.
Do not read that first. If I had read that first, I would not have continued the series. I found it boring, and I read it at the end of the series, and I still found it boring. And people listening are probably going to be like, "You are wrong, LJ. She wrote them that way. It was intended to be that way." Okay, but even the author says that if you're going to read them, well, she wants you to read them. I don't remember if it's after book 3 or 4 is when she recommends you read them.
Hmm.
I recommend you just don't read them. And I think
The
Emily,
novellas? I thought you
yeah,
meant
they don't
the whole
matter.
Throne of Glass series at first.
No,
I
no,
was like,
no.
wait a minute.
It's called The Assassin's Blade. And
Okay.
honestly, like, no, they're just not, they're not good. And when I've said this on social media, I've had people, well, then, but you wouldn't know this and you wouldn't know that. I'm like, you know what? I didn't know that or this when I was reading the series, and I didn't know that. And I didn't, it's fine. I
It
didn't
didn't
care.
bother
Like, it,
you.
maybe for some of y'all that can remember all the details, I don't remember all the details anymore of things. So, like, I'm not going to remember that. If I read Assassin's Blade, I'm not going to remember. Like, literally the only thing to get out of it is there's a character, Sam, who is referenced all throughout, and he's dead before the series starts, and you get that story.
Okay.
But really, it's just a tragic, sad story, so why do you need it? You don't need it. Just know he died. The end. Anyway. So,
Anyway.
yeah. Anyway. But, no, Throne of Glass is so good. So that's probably what it is. Just, yeah, start with Didn't you read Throne of Glass, or you started it and you were bored?
No, I bought Throne of Glass whenever Derek and I went to Arkansas for a work trip thing, and we saw a bookstore, and I went in and got it, thinking it was Crescent City, because y'all had
Oh,
told me I
that's
would
right.
like Crescent City, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I got it. And then I sent
And
it
we're
to
like,
y'all,
it's
and
the
y'all were
wrong
like,
book.
it's the wrong book. So I own it. I own Throne of
Yeah.
Glass, but I just haven't read it. There's a lot of books that I own that I haven't read, which
That's me too.
it's a thing.
Me too. It's a thing. No, but that one, I mean, our friend Emily just reread the whole thing in like 2 weeks because
She
she
said
was like,
that's her like favorite comfort read, right? Or one of her
yeah,
favorites.
I think it's one of her favorites. That and An Ember in the Ashes series, which if you haven't read that one, it's really good.
I have not read that one.
Yeah, it's an easy one to follow the world. And it's more modern. It's not like completely modern. It's not like our world, but it doesn't feel as old.
Okay.
Like, women aren't all just wearing dresses, you know, and women can be assassins. So, like, anyway. All right. Is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. There's too good of options. Let me see. Okay. No. Let's go with, would you rather be caught in an steamy enemies to lovers moment with Caleb Altair from Zodiac Academy, or hunt Athalar Crescent City? I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Hunt Athalar.
Okay. Oh, okay. So for me, I want to change it. Like, between those two, I still think I'd pick Caleb Altair because I love a good vampire. But I want to change it now to, like, we're just going to do a spinoff.
Okay.
Which of the heirs would you not mind going on a date with, we'll say?
I would say definitely not Seth.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I would go with Seth.
I would not either.
And now all of their names are gonna. So there's Seth, Caleb,
Max, and Darius.
Max, and Darius.
I know.
I think I would do.
She would go on a date with.
I would go out with Darius.
Me too.
I think.
Me too.
I think
And he was my least favorite at the beginning. And then the more you peel back the layers, and I'm like,
and I think there is something to be said for Caleb and for Max, but Max is a werewolf, right?
no, that's Seth. Max is the one that's what's the siren or whatever? The one that can steal your emotions.
I thought that was flipped.
No. Seth is the one that has his, like, whatever you call it, his clan or
Seth
whatever.
is a werewolf.
Yeah. And then
there's a wiki. There's a wiki for that. There's a Zodiac Academy wiki.
Yeah. So yeah,
yes.
Well,
I do think there's something to say. It is a siren that Max is. I was confusing Seth and Max, but I would also definitely not go out with Seth. I don't know if there's something to be said for Max as the siren. Does he do anything crazy? I feel like Seth, he is just kind of different. And
he's like a little puppy dog.
Well, the whole werewolf thing, and he's like nuzzling up to people, and they are all about
laying up against each other, touching each other.
They're very touchy-feely people with each other as a pack.
With each
And
other,
I was like,
as a pack.
yeah.
No.
But I'm
So,
like,
yeah.
Max.
Okay, so here's the deal with Max. I feel like he doesn't get as much quote unquote screen time because he doesn't ever like try to get with one of the twins. Because we see Darius and Caleb with which one?
Darius and Caleb are with Tori.
Tori. Okay, that's right. And then we
Darcy
see Seth going
yeah.
right. But we see Seth try to get with Darcy. You know, like at first, kind of like he likes the chase. He like accidentally makes her his Omega.
I thought that was also Tori.
Mm-mm.
Girl,
Darcy
I just
was
read
the Seth
these too.
I'm impressed that I remember more than you. Although I've read 1 through 4 through half of 4 twice. So, but yeah. But anyway, okay, would you take one of them or, oh my gosh, I just forgot his name, the professor.
Oh, the professor.
Me too. Hands down.
Which at first I was not a fan of him and Darcy's relationship because I was like, teacher-student.
I don't like that genre.
No.
I don't like teacher-student at all. But guys, listen, if you haven't read them, college, and he's like
He's a few years older than her, like not very much.
But they're in college. Like she's an adult. Like this is not like a high schooler.
Correct.
She's an adult. I mean, she's 18, but still, she is an adult.
Because at first I was like, ew, that's icky. But as it's going along, I'm like, okay, it's less icky.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Your turn.
Would you rather train in Valeris with Cassian and Azrael or survive brutal combat drills at Basgiath War College with Xaden Ryerson?
Cassian and Azrael and Valaris, whatever it is. Yes. You know, I was going to say that.
I feel like.
Same for you?
I feel like that would be the safer option. Like,
I mean, it would be.
And Cassian.
Oh, see, I'm like Azrael. I love the mystery of Azrael. But I want them to train me, and then I'm going to marry Rhysand. It's okay. That's all there is to that. And if I can't have Rhysand, I guess I could go with Azrael, but that's just because he's such a mystery. We don't know anything.
We'll learn.
I know.
We'll learn more later. All right.
I know.
Do you want to
go to the next category?
Let's go to the next category, do a few from there, and then we'll do the final.
Which is a fun category.
Yes,
I can't wait for that one. Okay, let's see here. This is hard.
Now, it's Would You Rather Book Lover Edition. So these are books. Some of them I had read, some of I haven't read. And some of them it's been a long time since I've read.
Yeah. There's one that we actually,
actually
already asked.
I was like, hey.
So you already did that one, so I'm going to do that. Okay, this one is interesting. Would you rather live forever like the Tucks in Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt or age in reverse like Benjamin Button in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button by F. Scott Fitzgerald? And you might not have read it, but maybe you saw the movie.
I did not know that F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
And I listened to the book, so I have read it. But anyway, which one would you pick? You haven't read Tuck Everlasting, have you?
I did. I read it like a year ago.
Okay.
So because I hadn't read it, and then Piper read it for something.
We got to get you to read Bridge to Terabithia. I always think of them together.
Yes.
But anyway, go ahead. Which one would you pick?
I don't know. I don't want to live forever.
I know I don't.
The idea of seeing everyone around you die, like that sounds horrible to me. And then you just keep making relationships, and then they keep like that sounds awful.
Well, I mean, if maybe you could convince someone to go with you, although
that might be bad too.
I mean, I guess
chose
that's
wrong.
True. I know, but I'm thinking of it at like if you're a vampire and you live forever. So maybe I think between those two, I would pick the Tucks and Tuck Everlasting because I can't imagine aging in reverse. Like
I can't imagine it either.
I will tell you the book, like the movie was pretty decent. Like it was good. The book, oh my gosh, it feels, at least from what I remember, way darker. So,
and I don't even think I've watched the movie. I know the premise of it, that he ages backwards and gets younger.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, that's. I mean, I watched it because I love Brad Pitt and he was good looking in it. So, but
but
yeah,
that
it
being
was.
said, if you're Benjamin Button, you have becoming a child and then a toddler, but you have all the knowledge.
No. You become a toddler. Oh yeah, no, you become like a child, then a toddler, then a baby. So you're
Right, but you have the
regressing,
knowledge of
but
having been.
not the mental capacity. So like you literally everything's aging backwards. So you might have memories, but so I don't know. They don't
So
go
you
into
would be
that
a
with like
baby
when you die.
when you die, but you would then feel
I
mentally
guess.
like an adult. But
I
you would be
guess.
an old person feeling like a baby.
Yes. I know.
Man,
I'm
that
like,
this is a hard one. You
that
chose a
is a
hard
hard
one.
one.
I'm gonna
I
say
know.
probably Tux and Tuck Everlasting. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they were hunted and yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you have to do number 6 or else I'm doing number 6.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay, so you do a different one.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Would you rather go on a quest with Frodo and the Fellowship, Lord of the Rings trilogy, or join Percy Jackson on a mission for the gods?
Frodo and the Fellowship.
That's what I would choose too. And I've kind of read some Percy Jackson, like I've read them to my kids,
I think I read the first 2
and I
many
watched
years ago.
a movie, but there's just something about even the high stakes dangers when you're talking about Frodo and the Fellowship.
Yeah. That's
I
that's
would still do it. I would still do it. All right, I'm going to let you ask this question, this next
I'm
one.
so excited for this one. Okay, cuz I think it's a good one.
Hmm.
Like okay, would you rather fall in love with Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen or Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte?
And the reason I didn't choose this to ask it is because I don't really remember that much of Wuthering
Wuthering
Heights. I
Heights. Okay.
remember that Heathcliff, like, they go on the moors and they walk,
Mhm.
and he lives in a big house. They all live in big houses.
Yeah, he lives kind of like as a servant in their house, I think,
Does he? Okay.
or
See, I really don't
something.
remember. I think that was like senior year that we read that in school. And I think that's the
I
last time
read
that
it
I
a
read
few
it.
years ago, but now I don't remember all the details. But I remember enough. So which one? So I'm guessing you're gonna pick Mr. Darcy?
I'm going to pick Mr. Darcy. And I think that Mr. Darcy, he is, even though he comes off brash at first and whatever, but he does love deeply. And I think he really cares. So
Mhm.
that's why I would choose him.
Okay, so I would pick Mr. Darcy just for the fact that I know I would be financially secure and he's a nice guy and all that. But there's just something about the wild relationship of Heathcliff and what's her name from
That's why I
Wuthering
was like, I don't even
Heights.
remember what her name is.
What is her name? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I'm like, just their passion and just,
Catherine.
I just, Catherine, Heathcliff and Catherine. Like, I just think that seems amazing. So I think that the intensity of the feelings. But realistically, if I a gun to my head, I'd choose Mr. Darcy. But otherwise, I like the idea of Heathcliff. So there we go.
Interesting.
Okay, I want to ask one before we switch to
Okay.
our now favorite category.
Okay.
I want to ask one that kind of mentions it. Would you rather get sorted into a Hogwarts
Mm.
house or be assigned a faction in Divergent by Veronica Roth?
I think I would say sorted into a Hogwarts house, mainly because when you're sorted into a Hogwarts house, it's more about characteristics. And when you're sorted into a faction, like I feel like you could still choose different jobs and different lifestyles within the Hogwarts house. But with the faction and Divergent, you're like, this is what you're doing forever.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you can't be around other people and other factions. Like you're with this faction now forever. And it
Mhm.
didn't feel that way with Hogwarts. Like you could still be friendly with other people and talk with them and communicate and marry, whatever. What about
Now, I
you?
will tell you, I also would pick a Hogwarts house. And that answer might be different if Allegiant were different.
You're still holding it against them.
I am still holding it against her. If Allegiant had been a better book, perhaps I would choose Divergent.
I don't think you would. I think you just want to hate
I want to hate on this book. I'm still so angry about it. I'm so angry. The whole book was just not great. And then that ending was just like, anyway, no, but really, I would want to be in a Hogwarts house and I would totally be in Ravenclaw. So, which
Hearing
house did you?
you talk so much about Divergent, though, makes me want to go back and reread it because I'm like, I don't remember hating it that much, but I'm like, maybe I would.
I would be willing to reread it because I love the first two.
What
I don't
is
know.
the
We'll see.
Hogwarts house with yellow and black? Because that's the one that I'm in.
Is that Hufflepuff?
I think so.
Yeah, that has to be
Yellow and
Hufflepuff.
black.
That makes sense.
I think so. Years ago, my friend Robin is huge into Harry Potter, and we did a like the Harry Potter quiz thing, and it sorts you into your house. And one of our other friends, Erica, made us all scarves that went with our house colors. It was so cute.
I love it.
But I was a Hufflepuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Ravenclaw. And I'm perfectly satisfied with that. I know everyone, like, quote unquote, wants to be Gryffindor. And I'm like, nah, I'm not Gryffindor. I'm definitely Ravenclaw. There's no way. No way at all.
All right. Well, since you mentioned Harry Potter, let's go on to our final Would You Rather round, which is all about Harry Potter.
Woohoo. I love it.
All right.
You get to go first.
Would you rather own a time turner like Hermione or the invisibility cloak from the Deathly Hallows?
Ooh, this is tricky. This is very tricky. But I think I'd have to say the invisibility cloak.
Ooh, I was going to go with time turner.
Really?
Yep.
I feel
Apparently,
like
I just want to change time.
Apparently you do, because like I feel like I would abuse that. Like right now, I'd be like, I want to go back to when my kids were babies. Oh, I'm not supposed to interfere, but then I want to go hold them and relive their childhood. And it's like, no, but I would still be there. So I guess the invisibility cloak. But yeah, I like it.
True. With the time turner, you do have to kind of work behind the scenes to make things change, and you can't directly interact with other people. Like, there's rules to it.
Yeah. All right, let me see here. I got to figure out a good one. All right. Would you rather spend a summer at the Burrow with the Weasleys or Christmas at Hogwarts with all the magic and feasts? And that is a hard question.
It's a hard question, mainly because I love Mrs. Weasley and I would want to be with her because I feel like she would make you feel welcome. But at Christmas, she's going to make you a sweater and make you feel welcome too. So I'm going to choose Christmas at Hogwarts with all the magic and feasts because I think that would be a super magical time. And I would love to see it snowing inside and the candles and all of the holly jolliness.
I agree. I would choose Christmas at Hogwarts because, yes, I love the Burrow. I love Miss Weasley. I would love to be there. But like you said, we're getting the sweater either way. Let's just spend Christmas at Hogwarts. I just think it's magical. And I don't know. I think we've talked about this before. We did it like our Christmas book episode that we feel like the first Harry Potter feels like a Christmas book. And I don't know. I think for me, part of that especially is from the movie coming out like in November, right before Christmas. And then like there is the Christmas scene. And so like,
And they make a big deal out of the Christmas in the first one as well.
It's like, like the whole winter break, we get to have a few different things and a lot happens. And so, yeah, I agree. That's the one. All right. Your turn.
Now to my question. Would you rather take potions with Snape every day or fly a broomstick in Madame Hooch's class but constantly crash?
Well, because I don't like pain, I would take potions with Snape. Plus, I love Alan Rickman, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but like I think ultimately potions with Snape would be my best bet. What about you?
So I love the idea of potions with Snape, and I don't like pain either. But being able to fly would be pretty cool. So I would choose flying.
Well, good. That's good that we have different answers there.
You
That's
can
really funny.
go be with Snape and his snarkiness and extra
and I will.
homework.
I know, right? No, but I also think I'd get really good at potions if I was there every day. So
that's true.
You'd probably You'd hopefully get better at flying if
I
you're
would still
flying and
crash
crashing.
apparently, but I would get better at it. I would
Apparently, but you
crash
would get
more phenomenally.
yeah. All right. Would you rather be chosen for the Triwizard Tournament or help lead Dumbledore's army in secret?
Dumbledore's army in secret.
Me too. Me too. I would be too afraid to do the Triwizard Tournament.
And I mean, there is some fear associated with leading Dumbledore's army because you have what's her name that would do the thing on your hand. What's her name? The short little lady with the pink
Oh,
cat.
Miss with Umbridge?
Yes.
No, yeah, the bad one, Umbridge. Yeah.
Dolores Umbridge. Because
Dolores
that was
Umbridge.
then whenever she was in charge, and she was just awful.
Yep. It's true. It is.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Let's have. Do you want to make this one be our last one?
It depends on which one you ask.
Well, I'm going to choose.
Then I might have another one.
Would you rather have Luna Lovegood's unshakable confidence or Hermione Granger's intelligence and memory?
That is a tough one. Like, that's such a tough one because the idea of having unshakable confidence sounds so attractive. And so, you know what? I think I'm going to go with that. Because
that would be mine as well. Because you can be wrong, but if you're unshakably confident, maybe you can convince other people.
Right. Right.
If you just double down on your wrongness.
Yeah. Okay. There's actually two that I want to do.
Okay.
So we're going to do, well, just do them quick. Would you rather face a boggart and learn your greatest fear or enter the forbidden forest alone at night?
Well, one of my biggest fears is spiders.
So you're going with the boggart then.
But if the boggart is my greatest fear and the forbidden forest is also my greatest fear as the giant spiders, that they're both the same. But the forbidden forest, it would be true. So I would probably, you would know it for real.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go with
Whereas
the boggart.
Whereas the boggart isn't real.
I don't know if I told you guys, but my work has spiders. And my boss's dog came in the other day, and it's a little Bichon Frise. And the water bowl that he drinks out of whenever he's there, it's like a little, one that you can travel with. So it's collapsible. And the dog went to go get a drink of water, and it had rained, so all the spiders had come in, and the dog jumped back, and there was a giant spider inside of the water bowl. Oh my gosh, it was right next to me too, so it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, no thank you. Thanks, no thanks. Yeah.
So what would you choose? Would you choose to face the boggart or enter the forbidden forest alone at night?
I definitely choose the boggart because hopefully I can do a Patronus and get rid of that sucker. Isn't that what they had to do? Or no, that was not what they had to do.
No. They had to make it ridiculous, right?
Silly. They had to make it ridiculous. Yeah. I'm sorry. I keep thinking because I know that Harry Potter practiced with a boggart to get his Patronus. So never mind. Or when they did it in the Dumbledore's army stuff, I think they did that. But anyway, yeah, no. Okay, my other one, let me just make sure. Yes. Would you rather master I can't say
occlumency?
That one. To protect your mind or become an animagus and transform at will?
I would almost say animagus because then I could become a cat.
I know. That's what I would pick.
And I could go laze in the sunshine.
Yes. I agree. I think that I would rather be able to transform at will. And based on also reading Harry Potter, it sounds like occlumency is really hard to do.
Yes.
So.
Well, it would be, you would master it. So.
I know. Ugh, it does. I would rather learn how to turn into an animal.
So I have one last one for you.
Okay, cool.
Would you rather have Hermione or Ron as your best friend?
Hermione.
How come?
Because she is so smart and she likes to read and I love to read. So I feel like we could have really interesting conversations, especially when she knows all the stuff about the history of everything. And I find that so fascinating. And so I feel like she enjoys talking and, she does like to help Harry and Ron. And so I'm like, I would just be like, okay, just tell me all the knowledge you got today. Just tell me and I will listen and be excited to hear all of it. So that is why. And I would not choose Ron because he drives me crazy.
I think I was going to say the same thing. but but Ron can be so annoying sometimes.
Yes.
Yes, he is a good friend to Harry, but there are sometimes when he's not so good of a friend, and the whole jealousy issue and all of that. So I think that Hermione would definitely win.
Mm.
But
I think you're right. I think she's been a better friend to both of them
Mhm.
than and I think she's a better friend to Harry than Ron. And that, that's fine. He can love Ron more, that he can be his best friend but I still think that Hermione was a better friend.
And I don't know if do you think that Ron is Harry's best friend or is it Hermione
Well, I think it's both of them. I don't think we're supposed to,
to choose?
but I feel like Ron is the guy in the group that needs to know that he's number one in your eyes.
And in the Triwizard Tournament, Harry did save Ron, right?
But
No, it was Ginny Weasley, wasn't it? No. Who did he
no,
save? It was Ron.
it was Ron, but then Hermione was there because
Of
of
Crumb.
Crumb. So, yeah, he went to save her too. And the sister, or he wanted to
Of
save her, but
Fleur Delacour.
yeah. So anyway, so yeah.
That was fun.
That
I
was
think
so much fun.
we've done a Would You Rather before, potentially,
I think so
maybe.
too, but not this, not like
Not this
this.
one, not like this one.
Not this one.
But
So,
they
that
are
was
fun.
fun.
They're fun to do. So we'll have to do another one sometime in the future. We'll see. Next week,
Definitely.
we are supposed to have a guest on, and
Yes.
I'm excited for this one. We are going to be talking about middle-aged heroines and books that feature middle-aged women. So I'm excited
Woohoo!
to talk about this, to learn more about it. We're speaking with an expert.
Yes. I know, I'm excited. And by the way, when you think middle age, what age range would you say that is?
So I used to think that middle age was 50, but
Same.
if
I did too.
you're being realistic with the lifespan of a woman, 40 is middle aged, 35 to 40.
Yeah.
So I would almost
Mhm.
say like the 35 to 50 age range is middle aged.
Okay, so this is interesting. AI says it's between the ages of 40 and 60. I'm like, who is going to be
Mm.
120? Because I agree. I would say 35. So I'm looking at another thing where someone had asked, is 35 years middle aged? And the National Institute of Health
Mhm.
says the stage of adulthood examined here includes early adulthood, 20 to 34, early middle age, 35 to
Okay.
44, late middle age, 45 to 64, and then late adulthood, 65 and older. Interesting. So I would say, I just can't believe 64 is middle age.
We'll have to ask our
Her,
expert
what
about
she
this
says,
because
because
like
I would say,
what her definition of middle aged is.
because I would say 35 to 50, but that's me. We'll
And
ask the expert.
I can see there being some room for discussion over
Mm-hmm.
is middle aged whenever you're past childbearing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's when they
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
consider that. But you can have babies until you're old now, so
I
who
know.
knows?
Okay, so my point in saying that is that if you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not middle-aged." Well, maybe you are. And I feel like books too. In books, it feels like as soon as someone hits 30, it's like, "Oh my gosh, they're so old." So, I feel but
And they stop
I
having
get it.
romance. Like
Yeah.
it's like this invisibility thing with that age
There is.
group.
So there's either that or all the heroines are 22. And
Yes.
so I
And
like
we
when
had
we see
talked about
books.
this when we read, we'll talk about it next week, but we read a fantasy series that featured an actual factual middle-aged heroine and
Mhm.
we were like, "Yes, I love this."
Mhm.
And
Well, and
we
then
connected with it more.
Well, and then the book that y'all haven't gotten to read by Chris Wellert that has not been published, she also
Yes.
was in her early 40s. So,
Mhm.
and she did not feel like she felt like we could relate to her and she was not 22 because
Mhm.
sometimes they act like someone in their 40s. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have aches and pains and I'm like, "Oh, my back." But inside, I don't
Yes.
feel old. My
Well, I
inside I'm like,
remember
"Where's the adult?"
because my mom, whenever we graduated, my stepsister and I are the same age, so whenever we graduated high school, um, she was 40. which blows my mind because we were the babies. So we left the house and she was only 40 years old. And I'm like, at the time I was like, Mom, you're so old. And now I'm like, no, she was so young. She was just a baby.
I know. It's so crazy
And maybe
to think
that
about.
comes as you get older and you start thinking about like, that's not that old.
No.
43
crazy.
is very young. It's the
It
new
is.
30s.
It's the sure. As I just turned
We say
43.
that as we're both 43.
Yeah. I don't know. I will be on it. Well, maybe I'll save it for next week, but just a little
Yes.
preview. I feel like 43 like hit me harder than I expected. It just in my head, like I was just like, whatever. I think I hadn't really thought about it. And then yesterday I was like, 43, like way older than 40. And I'm like, it just sounds like, I don't know. I don't know. I felt a little weird yesterday. Like, oh. But then
I
at
feel
the
like
same
46
time,
and 47 are going to be like that for me because
oh my
you're
gosh,
over
I
the
know.
45
I feel like
and you're closer to 50.
I think so
But
too. Those are going to be hard for me. But hey, we have a couple years. So we don't need to
and I'm
worry
like,
about it yet.
that's going to be, both my kids are in college. Like, that's just going to be a weird time for real.
That is going to be a weird time. I know. Like, I'm trying to think. So when Kaylee and Danny graduate, okay, you will have just turned...
I'll be 45.
45, and it's right before I turn 45.
Yeah, because that year is
Insane.
my 25th wedding anniversary. My oldest kid graduates from high school, and there was something else. Oh, and I turned 45.
Yeah, you're like, what is the other one? Yeah, I know.
I was like, all of them happen at once. Like, it's just going to be
all together
a crazy year. So.
Yeah. No. Yeah. All right. Well, that was so much fun, and I'm glad we did this.
Right.
All right.
Well, we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So thank you for listening to More Than a Book Club podcast. We are recorded and produced in McKinney, Texas.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.